A top-secret agent lived incognito for years to lead a peaceful life with his daughter, posing as an ordinary, honest middle-aged man. Yet his endless forbearance led to his daughter's abduction. Worse still, brazen thugs taunted him relentlessly while holding photos of the girl. But the next second, the thugs learned firsthand what it meant to wish they were dead. Detective Kim, detained at the police station, had been holding back his rage until Minji's ringtone blared from his phone. He flew into a fury instantly. When he called back, Minji's phone was already powered off. The tiny lead to his daughter he'd just gotten vanished without a trace. Unable to stay seated any longer, Detective Kim rushed out of the station to find his trusted friend who could help with tracking and location services. Meanwhile, Director Kong of South Korea's intelligence service was tracing Detective Kim's whereabouts. No one suspected two members of the surveillance team had long lain in wait close to him. One ran the laundromat beneath Detective Kim's apartment, and the other was Sung-ah, his seemingly ordinary female co-worker. As South Korea's intelligence agency sprang into action, North Korean spies who'd pried Detective Kim's address out of Jinchul snuck into his residence. To their surprise, Detective Kim was not home. Jinchul had been waiting there all along. The moment they laid eyes on each other, a brutal fight erupted. Faced with a hail of bullets, Jinchul grabbed a frying pan at random to shield himself. The fight quickly shifted from a gun battle to close-quarters hand-to-hand combat. Jinchul unleashed his full strength and hurled the North Korean agent across the room. Sensing he was outmatched, the North Korean agent jumped over the wall and fled without hesitation. Jinchul meant to give chase, but his aging lower back limited his movement, making him miss the perfect window to pursue his target. After the two men left Minister Kim's residence one after another, the laundromat owner who had been hiding behind the curtain stepped out quietly. He then relayed everything that had happened to Director Kong. Meanwhile, Director Kong tracked Minister Kim via his cell phone signal and found he had headed to a taekwondo gym. He quickly pulled up information on the gym's head instructor. The instructor, Han-soo, was no ordinary man. A former Olympic taekwondo gold medalist, he had been specially recruited by the National Intelligence Service after retiring. He had once worked alongside Minister Kim Jin-cheol on infiltration missions into the north. Upon arriving at the gym, Minister Kim told Han-soo about Minji's disappearance and asked to borrow his command vehicle to trace Minji's phone location. They were just about to leave when Director Kong arrived with his men. He had seized a child taking taekwondo lessons and threatened to harm the kid unless the two surrendered. Fortunately, the child was quick-witted. He bit Director Kong hard when the man let his guard down and darted away immediately. At that signal, Minister Kim and Han-soo struck simultaneously. With a seamless sequence of moves, they took down Director Kong and all his subordinates. Minister Kim and Han-soo burst out of the gym and barred the door shut behind them. The confrontation soon moved to the rooftop. Minister Kim held off their pursuers while Han-soo fired shots and lowered an escape rope. The two slid rapidly down the rope to the ground and climbed into Han-soo's command vehicle without incident. Han-soo instantly activated tracking equipment to pinpoint Minji's cell phone signal. The moment they locked onto her location, Jin-cheol's call came through. Jin-cheol had originally thought Minister Kim was only being hunted by North Korean agents. When he learned Minji was missing with no trace, he flew into a rage and swore non-stop, promising to rush over to meet them right away. What they did not know, however, was that they were not the only ones searching for Minji. Chairman Ju, Hyri's father, and the North Korean agents who were also after Minji were on the case as well. Hyri had refused to go to school lately, locking herself in her room all day. Noticing something was wrong with his daughter, Chairman Ju ordered his men to hack her phone to find out what trouble she had gotten into. From Hyri's chat logs, his men tracked down the gang members she had hired to target Minji and squeezed the full story out of them. Shortly after, the men reported back to Chairman Ju, Minji was now missing, and her father, who had beaten up their gang, was covered in scars and gunshot wounds, clearly no ordinary civilian. Strangest of all, they could not locate Minji's father at all, and the system blocked all attempts to run a background check on him. Chairman Ju frowned deeply upon hearing this. He could not wrap his head around why such a deadly figure, as described by the gang members, would have knelt before him at the school to apologize. The North Korean agents also hunting Minji learned from a male classmate that Minji had suspended her studies. The only person likely to know where she was lay with her close friend Hyrin, as the two shared live phone location tracking. The North Korean agents soon found Hyrin faking illness in the school infirmary, snatched her phone away, and pulled up Minji's location data. By this time, Minister Kim and Han-soo had reached the address shown on Minji's phone. They saw the room packed wall-to-wall with gang members. Wasting no time, Minister Kim stuck to the rule of taking out the ringleader first and demanded coldly to know who was in charge. Minister Kim forced one of the gang members to lead the way straight to the inner core room, while Hansu stayed outside to hold off dozens of lackeys single-handedly. The bodyguard standing guard at the door of the core room shouted arrogantly, claiming they were nothing like the useless goons outside and threatening to blind and deafen Minister Kim. But Minister Kim did not give him a chance to make good on his threats. One powerful kick smashed straight into his face, sending him crashing to the ground instantly. Minister Kim stepped into the core room, which was lined with countless mobile phones from wall to wall. This place turned out to be the headquarters of a telecom fraud criminal gang. As Minister Kim scanned the room, he spotted Minji's phone sticking out of the red-haired gang leader's pocket. The brand-new phone charm attached to it was a gift he had personally given his daughter. Seeing his daughter's phone in the hands of such a vile man sent Minister Kim into unbridled fury. He cut through every gang member in his path and took them all down in the blink of an eye. He then cornered the red-haired gang leader and demanded to know exactly where he had gotten the phone. That vulgar, disgusting act snuffed out the last shred of rationality left in Minister Kim. Moments later, the once insolent red-haired gang leader was beaten beyond recognition, lying sprawled on the ground begging pitifully for mercy. Minister Kim dragged him straight to the staircase, intending to hurl him down and end his life for good. At the critical moment, Hansu rushed in to hold Minister Kim back. He knew rage and guilt had completely consumed the man, yet killing to vent anger was not their priority right now. They needed to extract Minji's actual whereabouts first. Seeing a slim chance to survive, the red-haired man groveled and confessed immediately. He had never met Minji and did not even know who she was. One of his lackeys had obtained the phone from a homeless man. He had merely wanted to amuse himself by scrolling through photos of girls stored in the device. While flipping through the contents, he had accidentally dialed Minister Kim's number, then hastily hung up and powered the phone off. Upon hearing this, Minister Kim realized a truth he had never truly paid attention to before. Minji's call log contained almost no contacts other than himself. Her only supposed friend Hyren was not a genuine companion in the gang's eyes. Every message Hyren sent to Minji was either a request to borrow money or an errand asking Minji to buy things for her, clear signs that she was merely taking advantage of Minji. Tears slowly streamed down Minister Kim's face. Only at this moment did he fully grasp that Minji had no real friends at school and endured constant loneliness and bullying all along. When his daughter was victimized, he, the person who should have shielded her, had knelt before her tormentors to beg for their forgiveness. His heart ached as if torn apart. He was overwhelmed with guilt for failing to keep his late wife's final wish and remorse for being an incompetent father. Hansu urged him to hold back his grief. This was no time to let emotions cloud his judgment. Only after finding Minji could he apologize to her face-to-face. Hansu resumed pressuring the gang leader, who finally revealed the spot where the homeless man had been found with a phone. Just as the two prepared to head there, the North Korean agents who had tracked them appeared right behind them, pressing the cold muzzle of a gun